You know what? One final one. We're gonna end this with one final video, and you know why? Well, the Johnny Somalia, first of all, situation is hilarious, but I made a video reacting to Dragon Age Veilguard, and some people didn't appreciate my commentary. So let's go talk more smack about the game. Let's see. 9 out of 10 IGN. That's true, by the way. They gave it a 9 out of 10.
Hey,
9 out of 10 IGN.
So today
Dragon
we're going to
Age
cover multiple
Veilguard.
topics, all revolving around wokeism and, relatably, journalists catching major L's. Now, to do that, we're going to start with some updates regarding Dragon Age the Veilguard, which, as you can see, is around 33,000 in-game players right now, which is a major disappointment for BioWare. In fact, this is the 2-week mark since the game has been released. And as I have covered this video, and for
better than Concord.
Consistency's sake, I record around the same time every day. Each time I've covered,
I promise you that I'm gonna try to be as polite and nice and respectful and kind to this game as possible. Okay, I promise. I'm not gonna bring negativity. I'm not gonna talk bad. Only good things. I promise.
The number of in-game players, as you can see, drops by about 10 to 20,000, and now we're dwindled all the way down.
Yeah, see, only 10 to 20,000. It's only 10 to 20,000. Okay, that's great. That's good. All right, that's acceptable.
To 30,000 in-game players during the middle of the day. This is a huge failure for BioWare. However, the reason this game was hyped up so much, especially upon release, was not only because of the successful franchise it was coming from, but also because games journalists were hyping this game up. IGN was probably the biggest culprit, giving this game a 9 out of 10 rating.
That's a great rating, 9 out of 10. Oh, that's phenomenal. You know, they also gave freaking Concord a 7 out of 10, and they also gave freaking what was it, the Dustborn? They gave that one a 7 out of 10, not 8 out of 10, whatever the frick it was. So I don't know how much that's worth, but it's good. It's a good score. It's a great score.
Praising everything about this game, from the combat to the story and what have you. But they also made this very ominous headline saying, if we never get another Dragon Age, at least it got to go out on a high note with the Veil.
Well, I said only positive things, right? Hey, if we never get a Dragon Age, then they'll never be able to ruin more Dragon Ages, right?
Veilguard. Now, it appears after 2 weeks, they have changed their minds. They got some cold feet, and now, like many other news outlets, they're turning on the Veilguard. Whether it's because they've realized what everyone else already knew, or maybe they know more than most people do, at least the average person. Maybe they know more about the sales or something like that. But it seems like IGN and other journalists have turned on Veilguard, and you can see this article from yesterday completely flipping the script on how they view this game, saying, Dragon Age the Veilguard is awkwardly in conflict with itself, torn into pieces that reflect a sequel to a decade-old RPG and a fresh beginning with no ties to what came before. So that is a complete departure from what
I'm sorry, you guys, does anybody actually think that looks good? Does anybody actually think this looks like good? The freaking Instagram filter, everything that's not in frame is blurry as all get out because they don't want to freaking add details. The magic looks stupid. It's all just like, I don't even know what the hell this is. Like a weird little fuzzy hologram. I don't know. Why is this? Why?
They said in their 9 out of 10 rating, which, by the way, was higher than they rated Black Myth Wukong. Now, this is an issue for IGN. I don't know.
I mean, the graphics are good. I cried. I said only good things. The graphics are amazing.
It's because they have so many people working.
You can barely even tell that he's ugly because the Instagram filter really blurs a lot of his features for us.
They can't really have any consistency when it comes to talking about games because they don't even have any sort of communication amongst their own staff. But obviously, this is a bad look. You completely turned around and did a 180 on how you're reviewing this game in the course of 2 weeks. And it seems like IGN is just trying to jump on the bandwagon of people criticizing this game to save face. Now, they are catching some big L's at IGN, but honestly, Guardian is catching some even bigger L's right now. So a lot of people are clowning on this post. So Guardian News here reports why the Guardian is no longer posting on X. Now, The Guardian is an extremely woke news outlet who also has dabbled a bit into gaming news, and of course, all those articles
so
are a
the
complete
Guardian
joke.
is posting about
but you can
the
see the
Guardian
initial
leaving X?
response to this post. People saying not a fan of the fact checking, tired of getting community noted. This isn't an airport. You don't have to announce departures. Now, what is the actual reason that they're leaving? Well, it's not because of the very low engagement they have been getting on X ever since Elon Musk took over. I mean, totally, definitely not the reason, right, guys? They claim they're waving the white flag because this is something we have been considering for a while, given the often disturbing content promoted or found on the platform, including far-right conspiracy theories and racism. The president...
Got it. Okay, they're doing it for political reasons. Okay, you see, the problem with that is that when you're basically saying, "Hey, we don't like free speech, so we're not going to post on here anymore," that instantly, for me, that instantly devalues any argument you could potentially make.
Presidential election campaign served only to undermine what we have considered for a long time, that X is a toxic media platform and that its owner, Elon Musk, has been able to use its influence to shape political discourse. Well, it sounds like people over at The Guardian are very upset about
the funny thing is, they're not mad that Elon Musk is using like Twitter as a political tool. They're mad that they can no longer use Twitter as a political tool. That's what they're mad about.
Election results. But on top of that, they're trying to blame the bigots for the reason that they're leaving, and that's just a cop-out. I think we all know this. Guardian can't get any engagement on Twitter. It's almost not even worth their time trying to promote their articles. And when they do promote articles that get more than 3 people to notice them on X, they end up getting made fun of, and often community noted. We see this whole fact-checking claim that people are saying that they're afraid of...
I have to say, community notes are one of the absolutely greatest freaking inventions on X ever. Elon Musk, please, for all that is good and holy in this world... Doggo, no barking. My doggo's getting excited about this too. Please, for all that is good in this world, bring back being able to view people's likes. Because the amount of hypocrites that call stuff out just to be, like, caught on, like, supporting stuff that's, like, equally as bad is hilarious to me.
Continuing on X because they're just going to keep getting fact-checked, well, that's very real because they get community noted very often, and it's not too surprising with the slop and clickbait they're trying to promote. Now, this thread right here is definitely worth us taking a few minutes to really appreciate. It is very, very funny. So it says, in honor of The Guardian announcing it was leaving X, I thought it was the right time to look back on some of their classic headlines. Feel free to add your own. So let's read some of these real Guardian headlines from throughout the years. First up, is it okay for scientists to weep over climate change? The budget should be less macho. How about it, boys? Stop calling women girls.
What?
It's either patronizing or sexually suggestive.
Stop calling women girls. It's either patronizing or sexually suggestive. You're sick in the head. If somebody calling a woman a girl is if it can literally only exist in a patronizing or sexually suggestive way, then you're sick in the head and you need help. What the frick? Who the fudge hears girl and thinks it's freaking sexually suggestive? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Wow. Project much?
That's a strange thing to say. Barbecue is an American tradition of enslaved Africans and Native Americans. There is no reason.
How can somebody eat barbecue or think about barbecue and the only thing in your head is not, oh, I want some barbecue, that's delicious. Oh, I want some freaking barbecue, that's delicious. No, instead you gotta what the frick is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? These people just want to take all the good things in life and just ruin it and just be like, hey, screw you. But meanwhile, this same person, I guarantee you, eats barbecue all the freaking time. But no, they gotta freaking, like, what? You stupid. Stupid.
Reason to debate guacamole. It's already been gentrified beyond good taste.
Oh my god! What do you mean? What does that? What does that mean? What do you mean? What the fudge does that mean? Man, this is like the people that go to a restaurant and get guacamole, and they're like, "No, that's not real guacamole. Real guacamole." But they're like, "Shut up! No, you don't know the first freaking thing about guacamole. Shut your mouth." Guacamole needs avocados mashed, and you're done. It's freaking guacamole. It don't get more complicated than that. Get an avocado, smash it to pieces. You want to add other stuff? Go ahead. It's not that complicated. White people. Okay, I just need you to know. Real Mexicans, real Latinos, real South Americans, don't give a fudge. Eat some guacamoles. Eat some guacamole. That's it. Don't when you go and eat some guacamole with a freaking tortilla chip. The only thing that should be going through your head is, that's freaking delicious. Don't think about nothing else. And if you start to complicate it, it's too much. You're acting stupid, okay? I make a lot of jokes about avocado toast and how that's a stupid thing, but let me be honest with you. If you like guacamole and you put it on toast, just enjoy it. Don't listen to me like complaining about avocado toast. Just enjoy it. Stop letting people tell you how to live your life. That's just stupid.
What straight men don't understand?
Not when it comes to food, okay? Leave food alone. Just stop it. Just freaking stop it, okay? It's like these people who be talking like, pizza, this American pizza's not Italian. Shut up, okay? It's freaking pizza. Eat the pie. Freaking you put it in your mouth and enjoy it. Stop it with this.
And about lesbians. Can foie gras ever be ethical? And I looked this up. Apparently, it is a French cuisine.
Foie gras. Oh, foie gras is like when you foie gras. Sorry, foie gras. I'm stretching again. Foie gras is when you freaking stuff a goose like with like seed, no, and their freaking liver explodes or something like that. No,
I don't really understand what they're trying to say here, but here's the next one. So
foie gras is basically like when you stuff a goose with like seed. So and like they like overstuff them. They get so freaking fat that like they basically exude grains. And then you like freaking cut out their liver, whatever the frick it is, or their stomach, and then you like cook that, and then like then you eat it. It's a pretty brutal way to off a freaking goose. It's pretty sad, but some people freaking like it. I don't know. I wouldn't personally eat it. I think like. The more complicated the freaking the dish is to make, the just like less I care about it. I'm a simple person, okay? Give me a raw onion and I'm gonna stick it in the oven and I'm gonna bake it for like 30 minutes. And when it comes out, it's gonna be the sweetest thing ever and I'm gonna eat it with a little bit of salt. It's delicious. Like, stop complicating food so much, dudes.
Is really. Vegan. What's the problem? The problem is you probably led them into that, but given the current identity politics on social media and in the news, this is not the worst result we could have had.
As someone who used to be vegan for quite a few years, let me tell y'all something. There's no such thing as veganism in an animal world. Cows eat rabbits, chickens all the time. Deers eat freaking squirrels all the time. Like mooses, like all kinds of freaking vegetarian animals eat other animals all the freaking time. Yeah, they're opportunistic eaters. Their primary diet is grass and other herbs, but every single animal will eat another animal if given the opportunity and having no resources to actually feed themselves. Like it's just not, it's not natural. I'm just gonna say it like that. I don't care if y'all get angry at me. If you guys are doing it, like, because you're like, I'm vegan because I don't want to support the beef industry, then I fully respect that. I respect the shiz out of that, bro. And yeah, if you think the beef industry is like bad, do it, absolutely. Like freaking don't be a vegan all the way. I support that, but don't come at me with this moral superiority complex. As someone who was vegan, like it's stupid. There's no morality to it. You don't really believe in the moral ethic of it. You just want to freaking like show off that you're more moral than other people. But if you genuinely want to protest it, and you don't eat beef for that reason or whatever, like I respect that for sure.
With someone proclaiming their toddler Absolutely. Or something, but anyways.
I fully believe that we need to start pushing towards synthetic meats and push out cow production and push out chicken production, and we should start looking into synthetic meats. Not Beyond Burgers. That's just green sludge. I mean actual, genuine, scientifically produced, genetic, synthetic meat.
One is a series of articles about quinoa, which apparently is a big hot topic in whatever side of the internet the Guardian's from.
I think it'll just be more sustainable.
Quinoa, good, evil, or just really complicated? Can vegans stomach the unpalatable truth about quinoa? I dread the day.
What the frick is wrong with quinoa?
I don't want to
By the
read
way, quinoa, soybeans, all the freaking like vegan foods, all freaking deforested like crazy. Let's just be honest.
that. I don't want that to leave my voice here. I don't want to be attached to this title in any sort of a way. This is a very bizarre and disturbing title from The Guardian.
What is wrong with your daughter's
Here's the next one saying, bottling the smell of the dead won't capture their essence. Teaching my daughter to cook does not make me a bad feminist. Oh my god.
No, it makes you a responsible adult. People, please, for the love of all that is holy, if you are a parent, teach your freaking children how to cook. All of them. Girls and boys, all of them. Every single one. All your children need to learn how to cook. Every single child of yours needs to learn how to be independent or they're going to suffer. Please.
Just how, oh god. They're getting crazy.
What the frick is that about? Also, I mean, it depends. Like, if you're the one like putting it in the butt, then it's not. I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. Okay, as long as you're not the one receiving, it's not. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I'm not gonna argue with you, bro. But I'm just saying. That's just
the
facts.
ISIS
like,
dildo
facts.
flag at London Pride to start a dialogue, not to get a laugh. The next one.
Sounds hilarious.
If the personal is political, is it ever okay to want a spanking? Let's get it on. The race for the world's, I'm assuming, best condom. Why sack aging sexists? Send them to rehab instead.
What's sack aging?
The Herschel backpack, how Generation Y carries capitalism's mythologies.
Huh?
Why do women lie more than men? Because we're nicer. Written by a woman, of course. Yes, I'm a tree hugger, and you should.
Why do women lie more than men? Because we're nicer. Wow, way to like take something bad about yourself. I'm thinking like Eric Cartman from the South Park show, where he'll take something really bad about himself and try to turn it into a positive. It's freaking hilarious.
Be too. A moment that changed me.
I hug trees all the time.
Man.
I personally, as someone who is super dedicated, he says, as someone who has spent a lot of time looking at documentaries and feeling sad about the current state of deforestation. I'm sorry, I don't do much, but I would like to someday if I can ever like start to do more like charity stuff on the channel and on the stream. Let me just say this: I believe deforestation, to a certain extent, in a reasonable amount, should be allowed only if that land is basically specifically chosen and agreed upon lands that can be chopped down and replanted to ensure that we have a complete cycle. Like, it needs to work in a cycle. We need to have certain segments of forest that we can deforest, replant, then basically go in a big circle, coming all the way back so that whenever 10 years are up, we're back to that same forest with the same amount of wood, and it's all a perfectly regrowable, re-establishable forest. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like this isn't freaking rocket science. We used to do these with orange peels a long time ago in order to reforest a lot of the rainforests. We used a bunch of orange peels that had a chemical that's like really bad for the environment. It was removed and like pressed out of it, and then the scraps were left in forests, like on barren forests, in order to regrow a large majority of the landmass. Like, we used to be really, really smart about reforesting, but now we just focus on deforesting as opposed to planting more stuff, and that's a problem.
Who forgot we'd had sex.
We need to like you can't take more than you give. You feel me? Then you sow.
The next one, the royal baby should give labor a bounce, not the conservative.
Of course, I totally believe that there should absolutely be very strong restrictions on certain areas that have endangered or protected species. Of course.
Whatever that means. Feminists don't hate men, but it wouldn't matter if we did. Mornings are full of terror, and turning on the radio only makes things worse. I think these people are just like very unwell mentally. That's the impression I'm getting reading these articles, but there's a few more. When it comes to sexual desirability, balls are often treated as an afterthought.
That's not true. A lot of ladies like to put them in their
contribution.
I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna stop right there.
The Whiteness Project will make you wince because white people can be rather awful. The least racist woke person ever.
That's very racist.
The
as
trouble with
a Latino, I have to say that's racist.
That's it. That's a real doozy. Simon Danzig.
The trouble with what's on against cupcakes?
He has watched Poontang. Should we care? Probably not. But this is the one that's a real doozy. Simon Danzig, MP, has watched Poontang.
Ladies and gentlemen, someone watched porn. I know, shocking. As far as we know, nobody ever does that. But for some reason, we're supposed to care about this one person. I watch porn and nobody cares, but apparently he's important. I'm actually mad that I don't get my own news articles every time. This is the one
people have been pointing to, by the way. Okay, so like jokes aside,
basically
cringy headlines aside,
multiple times a day.
This one is so disturbing.
I'm joking. I'm freaking streaming all day.
Read it for yourself. I'm not putting these words out there.
What?
But this is a real.
Should it really be? Yes. What? Nah, son. Rod Little, you suspect, bro. You suspicious. Nah. Get out of here with that.
Article
nah. Get out of here with that.
I went and checked.
I don't care what the freaking context is, bro. A clickbait title like that is suspect, and you're a suspect. That's it. I don't care.
It is still publicly visible on their site. Bro. These people are demons. These people are disgusting. The fact that they host stuff like this.
Look at them read the first sentence. I'm not even gonna read it myself. Nah, son, he's a suspect, bro. Even having it in your possession is illegal. He's a suspect. That's it. Nah, I'm done.
But that's enough of The Guardian. Okay, their time on Twitter has come to an end, and good riddance. Nobody cares.
Honestly, yeah. Good.
But let's return to IGN. So they released this article yesterday as well, saying after spending a day with South of Midnight, it's clear that developer Compulsion Games' innovation streak, see contrast in We Happy Few, hasn't slowed down one bit. And I went from mild curiosity to full-blown hype for this unique action-adventure game set in American Deep South. Now, this is a sweet baby client right here, Compulsion Games. And a lot of people have been talking about South of Midnight, thinking it's going to be another DEI disaster. But the reason I bring this up is for two particular reasons. Number one, as Savvy points out here, the writer of that article was famously known for saying that Concord could go the distance. Obviously, I don't trust...
Listen, I basically said this before. Normally, whatever the frick IGN says, you should typically take the opposite of.
Too much about what they're saying involving gaming, if that's the sort of...
whenever there's a really bad game, it's like an IGN, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 IGN. I've made this joke in the past. This video literally proves my point with that joke. You all, those who have watched me for a long time, you know that me and Chaos and Burrito, anytime we play a really, really bad game, it's a 10 out of 10 IGN. IGN 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 IGN, IGN 10 out of 10 IGN. It's the best IGN 10 out of 10. It's IGN 10 out of 10. It's 10 out of 10 not IGN. It's 10 out of 10 IGN. And this is an ongoing joke that we made for a while, and I'm so happy that it's still going on to this day, dude. They've been like this for a long time.
Attitude they have. But I also bring up South of Midnight and Compulsion Games because they were recently visited by Alyssa Mercante, who is a very infamous former Kotaku editor. As you can see, we talked about this the other day.
Yeah, she's like a bully. She
has left the company to pursue whatever passions she is now more interested in. And of course, in true professional nature, she tries to make this some kind of an own. But at the same time she made her announcement, there was another round of layoffs at Kotaku. Are those things related? Who knows? But at this point, Kotaku has been completely stripped to about a handful of editors. Honestly, their time is looking pretty nigh at the moment. But what about Alyssa? Well, it appears she has absorbed the new role of a freelance journalist, going around and giving some contributions to other news sites like Rolling Stone. she made this absolute banger titled, Halo 2 is a classic, but its development was a mess. Ah, thank you.
I'm not, like, if this was like a YouTube video, right? I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, let me learn about the behind the scenes about Halo 2. But an article? Like, who cares? I get that some people might find it interesting. I do. But like, who cares? Like, I wanna know about the new games. I don't care about Halo 2. Halo 2 was back then. I'm like now.
Very hot topic right now.
Then. I'm like
Halo
right
2
now.
development. Yeah, the fact that I see Alyssa Mercante like related in any sort of a way to Halo 2 is just destroying my childhood. So let's just move on from that. So what else is she doing? Well, apparently she's trying to live out her dreams as a freelance journalist and also a content creator. She announced only yesterday that she is now launching a Patreon where she'll be posting free stories and some longer form paywalled ones. Now all of this is really funny.
I mean, I'm gonna say what I always say about this. Ladies, get your paycheck. Get your paycheck. Get the bag, bro.
Because
get
for
that bag.
months, maybe even years at this point, she has been attacking her critics, especially YouTubers and other content creators like that, calling them grifters, right? Saying that they're basically just doing X, Y, or Z for money. And here she is, essentially trying to do the same thing. I mean, it's not exactly too surprising if you've been paying attention to her posts on social media. She's been trying to promote her streams on Twitch where she's doing all kinds of content. It seems very obvious that a lot of her animosity towards content creators is just a bunch of projection, because it seems like this is something she's wanting to do. She wants to go out and be a content creator, but she hasn't been able to do it successfully. And now that she is out of Kotaku...
I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that she has literally she has literally made the entirety of the gaming community her enemy.
And looking, I guess, for some money, she's trying to give this a real go, and I think it is a very funny thing. And also, with no confidence in her post, because it only gets 44 likes on her account with nearly 20,000 followers, really shows you how much interest people actually have in anything beyond her dog water articles. But she says, putting future ass pics behind a paywall. So within literally 2 seconds of trying to get people to show their interest in something outside of what she normally does, she has to basically lure people in with pictures of her body. And as you can see, the first reply here saying, so is there an option to pay to make you put your clothes back on? And that almost is ratioing her, despite the fact she has turned off the replies. Now, going to her Patreon here, she has 2 posts, and you can see the membership options. The first one, official mercenary, and it is captioned, grifter enraged. Again, more projection about the whole grifting angle here. That's not too surprising. But if you scroll down a little bit further, you'll see one of her first free public posts. And of course, as promised, it is a half-naked photo of her, and I don't need to subject you guys to that. And it's just very odd because she's paywalling some of her freelance endeavors, but apparently the pictures of her body are for free. So in a sense, worthless. They have no value.
Well, she's got to get the audience there somehow.
Moving forward here, Cabrutus has the best approach going forward with Alyssa Mercante here. So if you don't remember who Cabrutus is, he is a content creator as well. He is the creator of the DI Detected website, as well as Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, the Steam group. And he says this, with Alyssa trending in the hashtags, you guys got to stop giving this much relevance to this woman, just saying.
Yeah,
and honestly, I think that is the attitude moving forward. I mean, on this channel, we've talked about Alyssa, and a lot of other content creators have talked about her and her hijinks over at Kotaku and on social media. And I think at this point, now that she is doing this whole freelance arc, and it seems like she's trying to achieve her content creation goals here, I think this is the perfect time to just kind of wipe our hands clean. I think we just let her fall into obscurity at this point, because what else does she have? She's trying to get attention more now than ever. She's even unblocking people like Vera Dark, trying to stir up more drama with her and doing things like that. It's becoming very, very clear very, very quickly that she is relying on attention, and at this point giving kind of the update of where she's at and the relevance she's had with Kotaku and some of the Gamergate drama. We're at a natural stopping point where I think it's okay to just pack it up and let her just do her thing at this point. I mean, what else is there to say? She needs the attention more now than ever, and they're not really going to find any here. But that's going to do it for this video. A lot of journalists and the like taking L's, which is always a good thing. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.
Dude, it was an absolutely amazing, amazing, amazing video. Thank you so much, Rev, says Desu, for the content. Thank you for being so informative as well. I freaking love his stuff, dudes. Go and check him out. Please go drop him a like. Go drop him a sub. He deserves it. Well, absolutely amazingly well done videos. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!